Welcome to another video by Dodge Neon Racing. Today we will be working on my 2000 Neon. We're doing a front brake change. I've already done the passenger side, but had these brakes for a while. As you can see, the box is falling apart, but there's a good size brand new brake pad, and these put on about a year and a half ago, and as you can see by looking at them, put them together here, they wore evenly. I mean, pretty much perfect. So that tells me that my calipers are working good, my rotors are good, because if you look at them, they're smooth. There's no grooves or anything in them. Now, if per se you had brake pads that came off looking like that, you have abnormal, what you would call abnormal wear. It's meaning that your calipers hung up or your calipers not working correctly. And you'll probably also notice you have brake issues. I noticed my brakes wasn't working as good. I wasn't stopping as good. That's because, as you can see, they're pretty thin. I probably had a little bit more to go on them, but they done gave me the squeal warning a few months ago, but I'm finally getting around to changing them. Okay, let's get these under the car so they're not in the rain. It's sprinkling. But the tools you're going to need, you can have some brake cleaner. You need a C-clamp, flathead screwdriver. As you can see, that's pretty tore up. I've used it a lot on brakes. 10mm socket, 3/8, with a 1/4 adapter if you don't have a 3/8 socket 10mm. A small hammer, a jack, or you can use your car jack that's in the trunk, breaker bar, or you can use also the lug nut remover that's in the car. If not, you need a, see if I can get it to focus, a 3/4 socket. This is deep well. And first thing you're going to want to do is loosen your lugs. Stand up for that one. Alright, loosen your lugs up. Number one you want to do. And then you're going to want to position your jack. When you position your jack, you're going to want to do it in this area here. I am missing my rocker panels. I had to cut them out. They were rusted to smithereens. Alright, so get this lined up and jack her up. Oh. Move those brake pads. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the tire off, and then I'll be back. Alright, now, there is a trick, and I'm going to tell you all now. Go ahead and thread a couple lug nuts back on. This is to hold your rotor in place, so when you're reinstalling the caliper with the new brake pads, your rotor is not moving on you, which can be a pain in the butt while you're trying to put that on, especially if you're doing this by yourself. And you just want to snug them up. Just get them snug. Alright. Yeah. Now, Next thing you're going to need is your 10mm. You have a 10mm bolt here, and let me find it, a 10mm bolt around, sorry, my phone keeps giving me notifications, so I keep losing. Okay, you have a 10mm bolt here and one up here. Loosen those and pull those out, and I'll be right back. Next thing you want to do is take these off. So you just unthread them with your hand as long as they're not too tight. Always keep them greased. That would be the best thing to do. Then next, this is where your hammer will come in handy. Just tap on the bottom and the top. Okay, you should be able to just pull it out. And then by looking at these brakes, it's good wear on this side. Now you can set your brake pad there. This is where your screwdriver comes in handy now, because you're going to pop this here up and then do the same on this side. Oh, didn't get it. One-handed. See if I can do it. There we go. Okay, get that up. Let me get this steady here. And then you pop it out. Set your old one to the side. Now this is the next part you're going to want to do. Leave this in and get your C-clamp. I got pretty thick brake pads, so let me get my finger out of the camera view there. Alright, just a little bit more. Set it in. You can see the center, and then the center back there. And then this is where you tighten. Let's get that centered again. Okay, and you can get a C-clamp at Harbor Freight, but what you're doing is pushing the caliper in. I gotta push mine in as far as I can, and do it slowly. You don't want to do it fast, because you want to be able to, because you're pushing fluid back, so you definitely don't want to pop a hose or anything. Alright, once you get that in, your next trick is to unthread it. And then you can pop that out. Now, you may or may not have to do this, but these here need pushed out. See, I can do that one by hand. This one, not so much. So if you can't get it by hand, you'll get your C-clamp and you'll throw it too far. Hook it, if I can get it. Okay, you'll hook it like so, and then you'll need to invest in a holder. Okay. Well, you kind of get the gist. You put it there, and then you'll push it out like this one is. So I'll be right back. Let me get that. I need two hands. Once you get these pushed back flush, because you want everything flush, now you can install your new brake pads. clean. Alright, this is where your brake cleaner can come in handy. I always like to pre-spray these off to get any debris or anything that could have been on them. Oh, go figure. I'm running out of brake fluid. Brake cleaner. Alright. Once you do that, now you can reinstall. First one you want to reinstall is your inner brake pad. You'll pop that back in. This one sets in this direction with the tabs down. And you'll pop those in until they click. Okay, there we go. Now reinstalling this is the same way you basically took it off. Which you got to line up the bottom portion here. Alright, make sure these are lined up. Let's see if I can get a focus here. Yeah. Make sure you're lined up right here, and then you can thread your screws, 10mm bolts, back in the top and the bottom, and tighten them up nice and snug. If you need to, you can get a little brake grease and grease your bolts. That way they move in here nice and easily. Because as you wear brake pad, they automatically adjust in with your caliper. And as long as all that's working correctly, your brakes will work good. And it's always a good idea to visually check your rotors. Mine are wearing evenly. Now if you got a huge right here, brakes don't really hit, and also up here. So if you go to fill and this dips down really good and then rises up real good on this side, your rotors are going to need resurfaced if there's enough material left on them. If not, then you'll have to buy new rotors, and you can get a good set of new rotors off RockAuto, rockauto.com. That's where I got my wife's set at, and they're actually good. These here I pulled off a 2003 Neon out of a junkyard, and they were pretty much brand new. So you can always check your junkyard first for reusable rotors. You just need to make sure they're not warped, which warped means they would rise slightly. You couldn't really see with your eyes unless it's really bad, but you can always get your junk rotors and then take them to what I was saying before the video cut off is you can take your junk rotors and you can take them to a mechanic and get them checked for surface depth, smoothness, and make sure they're not warped. And one more tidbit that I want to give you is you can go to Pep Boys. This is where I found it. You can get you a torque wrench, or you can, this is a standard torque wrench before they come out with the click style or digital. And you want to do all your lug nuts to 100 torque pounds, which is located right there. That's what you want to tighten them to. Now the other step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start the vehicle. Alright, let's get that turned off there. Alright, now you're going to want to pump your brakes until they feel tight. Okay, now after you pump your brakes, make sure you don't have a jack under there. Alright, I'll be right back because I'm going to make sure that I have nothing blocking anything, so be right back. Alrighty. Now, your next step, disengage your emergency brake. You definitely want to have that set. Go ahead and put your car in reverse. Back up. And like tap your brakes. And you can put it in drive. And do the same thing. Now I'm going ahead and pull out here. I gotta pull out as straight as possible. That way I don't run over my tools. Always stop your vehicle to a full stop before you put it in reverse. Then, when you do the same thing when you reverse, make sure the vehicle is at a full complete stop. Go back and drive. Let's go on a quick test drive. Check out these new brakes. Can't really do it here for the simple fact is too many speed bumps. Let's just pray that no one snags my tools. Oh, and my steering wheel cover here was actually a find at the junkyard, which was kind of nice. So, alright. Now it's time to test the brakes. Alright. They work good. Yeah, I know, I need my seat belt. Let's turn around here. Turn signal. Alright. We'll go around. Check engine light. If you notice that's for code 302, which is a cylinder 2 misfire. That's another project I'm working on right now. Trying to figure out, it may be that my cylinder walls are bad. So, pulling back in. And that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Always road test your vehicle after you do your brakes for the simple fact is you want to make sure everything's working. And everything's working on mine. And always, when you get done, double check your brake fluid. You always want to do that, which I will show you how to do that real quick. And again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Once I get enough subscribers, I'm going to start doing giveaways, but I need to have enough subscribers to do that. So, turn your car off, pop your lever, pop your hood, this is where you check your brake fluid. If you have a 5-speed, you more than likely have a clutch over here, which you'll also use .3 brake fluid for that. And you can take your cap off, and my brake fluid is good. And also over here on the side, you have your fill line. I always visually look at it because you can see where the fill line is, and then check it from the inside. So all that's good. Put your cap back on. And again, thanks for watching. Any comments, questions, leave them down below, give it a like, and always, typically over here in the corner, you'll see a subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.